What's up, my Mind Your Money business folks? It's me yet again with another video on today's stock market news. And as always, hopefully you're in the market and not trying to time the market, because that is simply impossible to do. And hopefully you're still not straddling the fence and you are actually investing into appreciating assets that includes you. Because you should be appreciating over time. You should be learning from past mistakes. You should be learning what not to do and what to do. You should be learning to invest into your future to make sure that you have a solid foundation, not just for you, but for generations to come after you, your bloodline, your family. So it says here the Dow, S&P 500, Nasdaq rally into Thanksgiving, notched best 4-day stretch since May. It's interesting how they keep calling this a 4-day stretch when we lost a lot more before now. But that's here nor there. I will take the gains because any gain is better than no gain at all. But I will say I have been doing a lot of research the last couple of days, and I'm learning a lot about the market. Like, there's a lot of selling that takes place by big holders into stocks because of tax purposes. And normally those sales happen around October, November, December timeframe. So you remember I was asking a question yesterday, like, where is all this money going? Like, hundreds of billions of dollars are just leaving the market, but where are they going? They're being sold, in my opinion, and people are starting to hold on to cash. I remember hearing about how Warren Buffett is sitting on like over $300 billion in cash. I remember reading reports all the time about a lot of shareholders selling stock. They're buying gold. So what's happening? Then we hear there's talks about an AI bubble. Then we hear about Michael Burry, who's betting against Palantir. So I say all that to say this. They don't say exactly what's happening. They talk around it. But the information is out there. There are a lot of people selling stocks because of tax purposes, and maybe because there is something on the horizon that most of us aren't aware of. There's a lot of people talking about and buying gold because the value of gold holds up when, say, there's a recession, right? There's a lot of talk about AI bubble because you have so many, not so many, but you have so few companies that are taking up a lot of the market cap. Like Nvidia was at one point valued at $5 trillion, one company, right? You have some companies with a $4 trillion market cap or close to it. So you do have a lot of tech companies that are sitting on a lot of money. So here's another thing. December 1, the Federal Reserve is ending quantitative tightening. Then there's also talks about a stimulus check. So you have to understand, these stimulus checks, where is this money coming from? And so you also need to understand, like, when you receive free money, that's money that you did not work for. Like when COVID happened and they pumped all that money, that free money into the economy out of thin air, where people were getting these PPP loans, you were getting these stimulus checks. Trillions of dollars went into the hands of people and businesses. And where did all that money go? It went back to investors. In America, you have consumers, investors, and business owners. Majority of the people in America are consumers. They're buying and they're spending all of their money. Who's making most of the money? The businesses that are selling them products. But who's making even more money? Investors who are investing into those products that are being sold by the businesses. And then they give out forms of dividend payments to their shareholders, their investors. So if there is, quantitative tightening is happening in December or December 1st. If there is a stimulus check coming out, that's free money, right? There's talks about an AI bubble. So something may happen the first quarter of next year. There may be a little reset or a little shakeup, right, in the market. And it could drive the valuations down of some companies. It could shake the price up of many stocks. because a lot of them are valued at a lot of money currently, right? So yeah. So let me get to this article before I go off on a tangent like I normally do. So it says U.S. stocks moved higher on Wednesday, notching their best 4-day streak since May, heading into the Thanksgiving holiday as Wall Street optimism grew. their optimism just grew, right? Over the odds of an interest rate cut next month. The Dow rose 0.7%. The S&P moved up 0.7% as well. The Nasdaq added nearly 0.8%, following Tuesday's sharp gains. So tech names have again helped to buoy the market. Google shares slipped from record highs while Nvidia popped more than 1%, with both tech names reversing course from the previous session as competition within the AI space grew. Microsoft, Tesla, Apple also rose. And we also have to think, like, those companies specifically, they make up a big percentage of the U.S. growth. Like, they're making up majority of the gains that's within the S&P 500. And you got to remember, the S&P 500 is made up of the 500 largest companies in the United States. But those specific companies right there that I just mentioned are making up majority of the money that's being made in the S&P 500. So what's the gain? What are the gains of these other 400 companies? They're not doing as well. Or maybe they are, but they're not being talked about. But a lot of money is being made by a few companies. And I'm thinking now, that's not a good thing. And the more they keep talking about these companies and the more they appear to be going up in value and making so much money, that could be a pause for concern as well. Because remember, we never thought the housing market would crash when they were selling houses illegally to people that couldn't really afford them. And then boom, the crash happened. So not saying that Nvidia isn't a good company, but I'm starting to think now it's starting to look like 2000 when the housing market crashed again, because there's too much talks around Nvidia, Palantir, Meta. It's just too much talk, so I'm just going to be cautious. And that's why I'm looking at recalibrating my portfolio soon. Rebalance it, maybe sell some stock, keep some cash on the side from the profits that I made this year. Look into other stocks like gold, copper, energy, coal. Because another thing people aren't talking about is these data centers that they're going to build is going to affect people also when they start building these things in the States, because they're going to require a lot of power. So more than likely, your power bills are going to go up, possibly, right? I'm just speculating based off of the research that I'm doing. And then, a lot of the power grids across the United States, they're old. They need to be upgraded to newer capabilities because they're powering these AI systems, right? There's nobody talking about these companies when they are a major part of the AI infrastructure. So why are we not talking about those? Because I believe those are slowly but surely going to make gains and make money, but you're not going to hear about them until they're at an all-time high. Like, no one really heard of Nvidia until they became Nvidia, right? But people were investing into Nvidia for a very long time, right? When it was emerging in its AI technology, but we didn't hear about it until it was almost $1,000 a share. And then it did a split, But anyway, back to this. Markets are pricing in an 80% probability of a December quarter rate cut after delayed September readings on retail sales and wholesale inflation fell short. Initial jobless claims unexpectedly fell last week in their lowest since April. The Department of Labor statistics out Wednesday showed. Meanwhile, Palace intrigued at the central bank continues to pick up steam, with 5 finalists on President Trump's shortlist to take Chair Jerome Powell's place next year. That's going to be major because Trump, he doesn't like Jerome. So Kevin Hassett, the White House top economic advisor, has emerged as the front runner as the search enters its final weeks. So markets are closed Thursday in observance to Thanksgiving and open until 1 p.m. on Friday. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. So let's see what happened in the market. So it looks like SPYM and S&P 500 ETF gained 54 cents today, closing out at $79.56. Palantir gained $2.22 today. Good number. Closing out at $165.77. Tesla gained $7.18 today, closing out at $426.58. Broadcom gained $12.54 today, closing out at $397.57. FTEC, an information technology ETF, gained $2.38 today, closing out at $222.78. Nvidia gained $2.44 today. Another interesting number. Closing out at $180.26. And that's it. That's it. All right. So yeah, just invest, people. Do your research. I'm going to do my research. Well, I've been doing. I'm planning to continue doing my research, looking into reorganizing my portfolio for what may or may not come next year. It's better to be safe than sorry. But I'm looking at what's being done in the market. You have a lot of these big time investors moving a lot of their money. They're holding on to a lot of cash. There's a lot of talk about buying gold. There's a lot of the quantitative easing. A quantitative tightening is ending on December 1st. So that could signal that there could possibly be an issue. We will see. If there are stimulus checks going out, maybe next month, I don't know, early next year, that could be another sign that there could be a problem. And yeah, and when it happens, I would rather be prepared than not. Right? That's my plan. Let me know what your plan is, if you have one at all, or if you're investing. Or what do you think about what I'm talking about or what I'm saying? Have you ran into similar information while doing research? Are you even researching? Yeah, because you have to do your own due diligence, because we live in an information age where, like, the stuff I know about, I'm learning from these big hedge fund managers, right? They're putting out, there's a lot of information out there. And so if these people who are managing billions of dollars are all saying the same thing, if you have billionaires betting against stocks and it's being told to the world that they're doing it in real time, I believe they're trying to tell us something. Like back in the day, at least for me, let me speak for me. I wasn't paying attention to the stock market. I wasn't looking at the news. And so had I been looking at the news, I would have known what was coming and could have prepared myself for the things to come to take advantage of the situation, because sadly enough, that's what happens. Like when the market goes down, that's when those who have money to buy. I was not investing in 2020, and when COVID happened, I was told by a coworker to start investing. I had money, I started investing, and my portfolio has grown hundreds of thousands of dollars from 2020, just in a few short years. And of course, I said to myself, why was I not doing this a lot sooner? I didn't know. I did not know what I did not know. But now that I do know, I no longer kick myself in believing and thinking that I'm late to the table. No, better late than never. I am where I'm supposed to be at this present moment in time, learning what I need to learn, because this stuff is not easy. It takes discipline, it takes time, it takes research, it takes understanding, and I'm still learning. I think this is something that you just will continue to learn. I also believe that there's a major shift happening. Out with the old, in with the new. Technology is new. There's a lot of things on the horizon that are changing. There's a big money shift coming. And those of us that are preparing ourselves, who are positioning ourselves for when these shifts happen and we take advantage of it and we capitalize and get in sooner rather than later, or just get in at all, we should do pretty well. But for those of us who continue to sit on the sideline, do nothing, pay attention to nothing, you're going to be the same ones I read on social media that are complaining about this or complaining about that. But that's what you get for not participating, because you're so distracted by stuff that means nothing, by things that do nothing for you, because you're not minding your business. Mind your money business, people. All right, so I'm going to end this video here. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Let me know what you think. Think, people. If you think anything at all, a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I pretending to be one. So any and all information on my channel is for entertainment purposes only. So please consult with a financial advisor before you invest any of your hard-earned money. All right, so you guys take care. Have a blessed day. Peace. Love ya.